What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with another episode of Democratic Socialism Simulator. Last time we got started, we made some polarizing decisions. As you can see, these represent voters if you missed the last one. So we have voters here, we have voters back here. And we just had our first midterm elections. And as you can see, we maintained the same number of seats in Congress, 4 of 6.
Nice.
And we won with these being all the people that voted for us and the X's being all the people that did not, or all the electorate that did not. We have a little bit of a surplus. We increased the people's power to over 50% from 0, and we lowered emissions, which was at full.
Somewhat significant amount, considering that there wasn't a lot for that to do.
Correct. So and we stopped here at the midterm elections. It made sense, and now we can keep going. You ready?
Yeah.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
Oh my God. What the hell? So it says, oh my, we maintained control of Congress. We'll be able to legislate as smoothly we did so far. Okay. Wow. Climate change is a threat multiplier for us. Instead of cutting the DoD budget, we can shift some funding. Nice try or intriguing.
I feel like that's a nice try.
Yeah. Okay. Budget item F-22 and F-15 fighter jets. Obsolete, but cool looking. More of a job creation program, to be honest. Defund them or very cool?
Defund them.
Press secretary, create a task force for graffiti and littering. It doesn't address crime, but it lowers the perception of crime. Graffiti is art or clever?
I hate both of those options.
Yeah, me too.
I hate that it says it lowers the perception of crime, because for me, I think a task force for graffiti and littering helps escalate quality of life. So I think it will improve the quality of life for people in that area in a very small amount.
Sure.
In a way that not doing so will not do.
Well, but if it's a task force for
actually doing something to address crime would do that considerably more.
Sure, but if it's a task force for graffiti and littering, does that mean that it's a group of people that go and remove graffiti and pick up litter? Or does it mean that it's a group of people that look to find graffitiers and litterers and arrest or fine them?
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
That's my thought. Because if it says it doesn't address crime, it's not the second one. It's got to be the first one, that they just go cleaning up stuff. Which, like it says, it lowers the perception of crime, because if you don't see as much litter or graffiti, it doesn't visually appear like there's a lot of that kind of crime going on. But that's really, that's not the kind of crime that people should care about in their communities. Unless the graffiti is indicative of gang activity, but then you should be more concerned with
normally is.
But then you should be more concerned with the overarching gang activity than the
that's
graffiti.
My point. That's my point. I think cleaning up graffiti and littering improves quality of life. Okay. But I think addressing crime does that considerably better.
Right. And that's got to be something that will still come up. It's not like, well, this is our crime policy now, you know? Jesus Christ, that song.
God.
All right, so
I really hate both of these.
Yeah, I will say the clever option is the one that brings the people who are very far away from us for security, military strength, fighting crime and terrorism closer, but it makes us lose.
Art kind of doesn't do anything in terms of voters.
Well, no, sorry, I was saying that it may give you an indication that, like, since this is not something you're really pushing for, that maybe that's not the way to go. And we lose a little bit of money in the process, although not a lot.
Not a lot.
No.
I think it makes sense to have people clean graffiti and litter.
Sure.
Do I think it makes more sense to do something about the crime?
Right.
Yes, I do.
Right.
And I don't feel that the reason to clean graffiti and litter is to create a perception of less crime.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But I will say clever here because I think it needs to be done.
Okay. Well, maybe I said, maybe I didn't. I don't disagree with you. United Nations, have you thought about a gift to bring at the ambassador's swearing-in ceremony? An antique gun or a pet eagle? Wow, Jesus. American much?
Neither.
I mean, a pet eagle is illegal. You can't own a pet eagle. And an antique gun presumably doesn't fire anymore. So it's just like a display piece on like their mantle or whatever.
Yes, but that's not something to display. That's not something to be proud of.
Either way, you're bringing in people that weren't for you previously, at least as much. So you either get the security military strength people or the Christian rural life tradition folk.
I hate both of these options.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just get him a normal gift, like a bottle of wine or something?
Nope.
Or like...
Doesn't do anything to these.
How about an antique book?
No.
Get me out of here. Okay, fuck. I guess the gun?
It does bring the people that are further away closer.
Okay, fine.
Well, I guess, yeah, because this one, you get one person that's close up in the middle here.
Yeah.
Whereas this brings 3 people that are farther away in.
Okay.
Treasurer, our Financial Stability Oversight Council detected an explosive growth of leveraged lending and collateralized loan obligations. What? Or awesome? The whole time I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, find the kernel of something that you understand. And I didn't get there, but the fact that what is one of the options makes me happy. But that doesn't mean that I'm telling you to pick it. You do whatever you want.
I feel like this isn't an awesome thing. Our Financial Stability Oversight Council detected an explosive growth of leveraged lending, which I feel like is bad, and collateralized loan obligations, which I feel like is also bad.
Yeah, good point.
So I guess we say what?
Banks are lending money to heavily indebted companies. The high-risk loans are then packaged and resold. Very 2008.
Yeah, see, this is bad.
It is bad.
Very bad.
Yeah. So 2008 or God bless them.
2008, and we don't want God bless them.
Well, no. So 2008 is us asking questions. Like,
yeah,
why is it 2008?
but I don't need to ask that question.
Okay.
I need to say, this is bad.
Yes, but you can't say God bless them because that's just like, oh, good for them.
Yeah.
So you have to do that. A good year for indie music, but also the global financial crisis. Oh no, or indie music?
Was it a good year for indie music?
Wow. It's got to be oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we can tighten lending standards, but the risk of another financial meltdown is real. Oh, capitalism or Titan.
Titan. Ugh, I don't know. Capitalism sucks so much.
It sure does.
I don't want to say, oh, capitalism, like I'm shrugging it off. This is not good. Any of this is not good.
It's almost like the game gets tougher after the first midterm elections.
Fuck you.
I didn't do it.
Tighten. We have to tighten. Right?
The environmentalist says, can you believe some cities still have lead in drinking water?
Yes.
I'll have a new Clean Water Act, please.
Yes.
Overblown or acting now?
Acting now.
Okay, it pulls people in. It loses us some money, but it's worth it.
Oh, God.
And
so
overblown
worth it.
does nothing. So yeah, acting now. Treasurer. Maybe we should tax the middle class a bit more. And by middle class, I mean everybody. Unpopular or tax everybody. So that or everyone pushes away, but we get a lot of money.
What does unpopular do? Does
Nothing.
anybody move?
No, because again, she's presenting it to you. You're saying no, so nothing changes because
Okay.
nothing changes.
Oh, God. I mean, I hate this because taxing people is not the way to fix the fact that banks have too much power. So I want to say unpopular, but I know that if I do that, all that will happen is the treasurer will go away and they'll move to something else.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because they're not providing me with a response that is adequate.
Sure, but they're also not providing you with a reason for why. It's just greed. Like, it's just like, well, we only have a little bit of surplus and we need more, let's tax. Right? Like, they're not saying, like, hey, something came up and we need this excess money.
Well, the reason is because of the banks.
I mean, when did that come up?
Just before this. So,
Because of the tightening the lending standards or whatever?
Yes.
I gotcha.
So this is the response.
Sure.
Okay, so we have to tighten the lenders by taxing the people. That's what they're saying here. So I'm going to say unpopular, because that's not the solution.
Sure. Environmentalist says, wind turbines are literally killing all the birds. I read it on the internet.
That is propaganda.
Housing advisor. 1. Tax house flippers. 2. Add a penalty for empty homes. 3. Give tax breaks to the folks who are being priced out of their hoods.
That's annoying.
This song is hilarious.
One, two, three, go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the first two, honestly, but I don't think they're bad.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so it pushes away the folks who were like, free market and etc.
Yeah, it's going to.
Okay. Breaking news. Fox News. Question. You once said billionaires should not exist.
Agreed.
Literally or figuratively?
Literally.
Okay. I'm not sure how... Because again, this is Fox News, right? So you're afraid of them spinning what you say, right? So if you're saying billionaires literally should not exist, are you advocating for their death as opposed to figuratively? Or does it mean like billionaires shouldn't exist, literally no one should be a billionaire, or figuratively like, oh, that shouldn't even be a thing, All right, literally it is. So literally, yeah, okay.
They shouldn't exist.
Right, because
They should not be billionaires.
figuratively seems like you're walking that statement back, as opposed to literally where you're doubling down on it.
Yeah.
You got it. Energy advisor, let's invest in big solar power plants. We've got plenty of desert in the States. But what if it's cloudy or go sun?
Go sun.
What if it's cloudy?
Global warming, but it's cold outside.
That's such an idiotic... What if it's cloudy out? All right, so we drastically reduce emissions and we lose a little more than half of our surplus
That's okay.
at present.
Yeah, we need to get emissions lower.
I agree.
That's insane.
Rural advisor. Farmers got heaps of land. With a little help, we can grow energy alongside crops. Focus on the food or take a subsidy. Okay, so turning him away does that, but this brings people in. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we'd have to give them a bunch of money for it. It does reduce emissions, though. But yeah, we have basically no surplus left if we do that. But it's a pretty good idea.
Agreed. Take a subsidy.
Defense advisor. Something we can agree on. Increase funding for veterans. Long-term care, education, health. I agree to disagree, or I agree.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, so now we're in the negatives again.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's only a little bit.
We'll make it up.
Your pro-labor agenda convinced millions of working-class non-voters to get back to party politics.
Oh.
A voter's top priority changed.
Oh. Wow.
Whoa.
That's amazing.
It changed from defense to workers' rights.
Yeah.
And labor
great.
and unions and stuff.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Wow. I like that a lot. That's so cool. I did not expect that at all.
I just got goosebumps on my legs.
That's really well done. Your Green New Deal is killing legacy industries' job transition. Let's make sure workers aren't screwed over as usual. I don't help polluters, or I'm listening.
Ooh. I'm listening.
Yeah, you got to at least listen, but hopefully they give us opportunities to turn him down if the suggestions are ludicrous.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, okay. For starters, give laid-off fossil fuel workers 5 years of their former salary.
Nope.
That is a lot, or fair. If we say far, it brings one person in, but look at how much money
Fair.
they lose.
Yeah.
All right, so that is a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Imagine a 0.5% tax on every financial transaction. It would limit speculation and raise a lot of revenue. No too risky or make Wall Street
speculation. What?
Yeah. So because it says make Wall Street pay, to me that means every transaction of shares in the stock market.
Okay.
So it limits speculation where people are like, I'll just buy a couple of these. Oh, it's not good. All right, let's get rid of it. And it gives a lot of fluctuation, I guess, and uncertainty in the market. Whereas if you put more of a tax, it's more of a risk in people making those purchases, or it costs them more. So they're not just going to be doing it as frequently.
I mean,
that's
for the most part in this country, the people that do that have financial advisors that do it for them, and are kind of unaware of that.
Sure.
So I would think that for the most part, the general population would be unaware of that change. So I'm going to make Wall Street pay.
We get a lot of money back, but we push 5 people away, or doing nothing is just doing nothing. So you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. The New Pork Times. New study by the Friedman Free Market Institute. The financial transaction tax is a tax on your savings. Dow Jones plunges 800 points. Proof that socialism doesn't work. Lobbyist. An offer you can't refuse. You give us a few tax-exempt development zones, and we'll start new businesses. That's cheating, or take them. So take them, brings people in, but we lose a lot of money and we gain back more emissions, or that's cheating and nothing changes, obviously.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's cheating.
By the way, my bias with this game, personally, if people care, I would never do something a lobbyist wants.
Yeah.
I truly, literally never. Even
much.
if, that's my personal opinion. Lobbyists should not exist. And I'm saying that across the board. That is for all organizations, whether that's for big business, which is what they're talking about here, or whether that is for like charitable organizations. Yeah. Lobbying should not be a thing at all, because the politicians work for the people, not for
the lobbyists,
and not for their own financial interests.
Right.
That's me personally.
Yeah.
But
yeah, when I was younger, I wanted to be a lobbyist for LGBT rights.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I can agree with that at this point.
Yeah. That's me personally, right? As always, I would love to hear people's opinions on that, but that's, as far as I'm concerned, it's legal bribery, and I don't care who you are or what you're advocating for. Like, it's especially now, it's the modern age. The internet is a thing. You can absolutely send emails or phone calls or whatever to contact your congressperson and your representative, and they should be implementing opportunities for having employees who work for them gathering the things that their constituents are asking for and saying.
Right.
Even if they themselves are too busy, that I can totally understand.
Right.
But they can have staffers whose job it is to listen to the concerns of the constituents and make sure that those things are getting taken care of, as opposed to saying, well, you have to have lobbyists because, they kind of consolidate the interests of a large group of people.
Represent.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they don't.
Yeah. But if they
represent their own fucking interests.
Right. And if they did represent that large group of people, they wouldn't have to give all those gifts and incentives and money and all that nonsense. You just explain what you're interested in, because you're a voter just like every other person who's expressing their own interests.
Right.
And yeah, if the representative is working for the people, that's how that would go.
Yeah.
So that's cheating?
That's cheating. Big time.
Defense advisor, top secret. Israel is preparing to attack Gaza. It's a retaliation against Hamas's very tiny, very insulting rocket. Support or dissuade?
Ooh.
Wow, those are our two choices? Okay, so dissuading does nothing. Support pushes people away.
Yeah, because people don't want to be in a war.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very tiny, very insulting rocket. Dissuade.
A cable from Jerusalem. Very tiny rocket equals existential threat to Israel. You anti-Semite? Attack launched, by the way. Condemn or appease?
Appease.
Appease?
Yeah. Israel is our ally.
Okay. Yeah, condemning it brings in, the internationalism. The world peace, internationalism, global justice folks. Alright, so we appease them?
Yeah.
Education advisor. Motion to expand the federal work-study program. ... or seconded? Nothing. Nothing changes. Because I guess it's... I don't know.
Seconded.
Part-time work-study programs give students career experience and offset educational expenses. They should just study or expand the program.
Yeah, we've just said already that we were expanding it.
Yeah. Oh, and the people's power goes up as our surplus goes down, but it brings in voters.
Yeah.
Cool. Is the wealth tax constitutional? Some billionaires don't think so. Thanks, the New Pork Times. So, what are you going to wear to tomorrow's rally? A t-shirt or a suit?
A suit.
Yeah. It doesn't push anyone away either way, but you actually bring in more people picking a suit.
It's what's appropriate for the event.
It's redistricting time. I was thinking, why don't we hire Jerry Salamander to redraw the electoral districts in our favor? That says districts in our favor. Gerrymander everything or unfair?
Fix the gerrymandering, so unfair, because it's asking us to gerrymander.
Correct. Wow, gerrymander everything brings in... What is this nonsense?
Okay, so maybe it's called gerrymandering to gerrymander the gerrymanders?
No, so I think it's because this represents the electorate. So if you're gerrymandering, you are setting yourself up for success on purpose.
Yeah.
So that's why it brings everybody in, but it's unfair.
'Cause it's cheating.
Yes. Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
so unfair.
Got it. Treasurer, corporations and billionaires are moving their wealth to offshore tax havens. I have a plan to stop them. I don't have time for this, or I'm listening.
Oh, I'm listening.
Yeah, we should listen to that.
I can't stand this.
It's amazing. I love it. To curb evasion, all countries should automatically exchange tax information. What? What does that have to do with anything? I'm not strong with financial advising in my skill set. I don't fully understand how that helps. It won't work or make it happen. So make it happen.
I don't think that'll work.
Yeah, wow. Wait, why would we lose money from that? We lose a lot of our surplus from that. Like over half.
Because we're trying to implement something.
Exchange.
I guess we have to pay other countries to convince them to do it?
Exchange tax information.
I don't think that'll work. It would be very sweet. But I don't think it would work.
The biggest tax haven is the USA. Let's help other countries investigate their citizens hiding wealth here. No, we want their money, or fair enough.
Fair enough.
Ooh, we lose a lot of money from that. But we bring in a bunch of people. Oh no, we bring in one person and push away the
2 people.
Tax cuts, small government austerity. No, we want their money. Obviously, just does nothing. So you wanna do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Union leader, your student loan cancellation primarily benefited the middle class. You better have something for workers too.
Okay.
Are we trying to say that workers aren't the middle class? We're saying they're the lower class?
No.
Right? What the hell? Wait, it has to be.
He means workers specifically.
Yeah, but the middle class aren't workers?
Let's see what he has to say.
All right.
Oh,
that's it.
Nothing to say. Okay.
500,000 Americans live in the street. House them and the rich folks will stop bitching about them. It's a lifestyle or worth the cost.
Worth the cost. Big time.
Yeah, I cannot confirm the validity of this, but I read something the other day that was talking about getting people off the street, getting them into housing, and you give them like a certain amount of money, right, to help them get on their feet, and it overpaid for itself because of the amount of money that it saved from the shelter system.
Yeah, of course.
So, worth the cost. 2 million Americans are at risk of eviction right now. Give them tenant protections and support in court. I can't help or support. So support does basically nothing because these 3 voters are upfront, as upfront as they can be. And I can't help pulls in the economic growth, free market entrepreneurship folks. It doesn't do anything to our bars over there.
Tenant protections are already fairly decent in New York. I don't know what they're like in other states. Support
it. Okay. Lobbyist. Boo. It would be a shame if medical research came to a halt because you killed all the healthcare industry's profits. It's already publicly funded, or here's a grant. Bye.
It's already publicly funded. Goodbye.
The health insurance industry is spending millions in attack ads and lobbying. Some Democrats are defecting. Lovely.
Oh well. Ooh, Congress control just dropped a notch.
Yep. Well, because they've shifted. Our healthcare plan could cover long-term care, mental health, and substance abuse. Wouldn't it be nice?
Oh my god, yes.
Too fancy, or it won't pass, maybe later. Oh, because we need... I gotcha.
Shit. It won't pass, maybe later. Because we really want that.
Yep. Budget item, black budget. It's a secret. What? Or I support blacks. Good God, is that...
What?
Wow! What the fuck?
This dude sucks.
It's a secret. I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. I'm joking, of course. Do tell me, or I won't ask anymore.
Do tell me.
Yeah. I am kind of the president. CIA, NSA, secret wars, illegal detention centers, the sensitive, the embarrassing, the unpopular. Cut, or I understand.
Cut!
Attorney. Bad news. The Supreme Court ruled your wealth tax unconstitutional. Damn or... Whoa!
What?
Watch our money.
Okay. Ooh.
Wow! And either way, it goes there. But do we say damn or why?
Why?
Yeah, it's got to be a why. So in 1895, there was a ruling, blah, 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 direct tax, blah, blah, apportioned to the population size, blah, blah. Okay, whatever, or ... I was actually interested in reading that. Thanks, the game, for glossing over that. Mm-hmm. All right, so ... you said sorry.
Yes.
I was too focused on being upset.
I'd like to hear the rest of it.
However, in 1794, blah, blah, slave-based economy, blah, blah, 16th Amendment, blah, blah. All right, bye, or I don't get it.
I don't get it. Tell me more.
Basically, the majority of the Supreme Court is conservative, and that's why we can't have nice things.
That sounds exactly correct.
Holy shit.
So the options are sigh or grr.
And either way is nothing, so...
Grr.
Grr. Crazy idea. It won't pass, but what if we taxed capital gains from stocks at the same rate as income? No, long live Reagan, or it won't pass, maybe later. Well, long live Reagan.
I don't hate Ronald Reagan.
Okay.
However, capital gains should be taxed.
Okay, it won't pass.
Later.
Maybe later. What about a 70% tax on earnings above $10 million? That's what we used to do until the 70s. Whoa, that's too much. Or it won't pass, maybe later.
That's interesting. I'd like to learn more about that.
Oh, about how we used to do that until the 70s?
Yeah.
Okay, like you want to learn why it changed or how it helped us? Or...
No, I want to learn why it changed.
Okay. But for now, what are we picking?
Until the 70s. Huh. Okay, now I know why. Environmental protections. Environmental protections were put in place, so they bribed businesses by lowering their taxes.
Oh, okay.
It won't pass, maybe later.
We are in deficit. Only Republicans are allowed to blow big holes in the budget. We are the responsible ones.
That's not how it works, my friends.
Please, a comment about the blackface incident.
I'm sorry?
I'm outraged or different times. I mean, if it's a blackface incident, someone wore blackface, and so you have to say whether you're outraged by that or whether, oh, well, it was a different time back then.
I mean, it was a different time back then, but it's also that I am outraged.
Okay.
It's both.
Wow, you really push away the tradition, Christianity, rural life folk,
fine,
right?
Different times.
Well, different times you push away your civil rights, social justice, anti-racism, feminism, LGBT rights folk.
Yeah, but they don't go that far. Let me see them again.
So this, and you bring in the Christian folk, or this, and you drastically...
Yeah, that's really far.
Yeah.
So, different times.
Okay. The IRS has been gutted. If we want to recover lost revenues, we need to fund it more. I hate the IRS, or I love the IRS.
I hate the IRS. I think everyone hates the IRS. I mean, I think even the IRS hates themselves. Right? I mean, I don't know.
Well, but all these taxes and stuff that we're talking about, how else are we going to get that done? You still have to have the IRS be funded.
Yes.
Wow. We go so far into debt if we do that.
No, I hate the IRS.
Will you include dental and vision coverage in our Medicare for all? Oh my, we'd be even better than Canada. Unnecessary, or it won't pass, maybe later.
It won't pass, maybe later.
Hello? Combustion engines produce the biggest share of emissions. Penalize car use in cities. Faster. Kill. Kill.
I'm sorry. I mean, you already do penalize car use in cities.
And so you
There are lots of emissions protections on cars as it is. And there are tax benefits to having
hybrids or electric, etc.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Alternatives to fuel.
So let's see how this is looking on either side.
Okay, so penalize lowers emissions and brings everybody away except for the environmental protection people.
Okay, which is 3.
Or slow down means nothing, because nothing changes.
I think slow down on that one.
The presidential elections are here. Will you get a second term? 4 more years! 4 more years! I mean, based on this, we absolutely should. There's only 2 people who,
but look how
shouldn't
high our
vote for
fucking
us.
deficit is.
Well, that won't... Unless that drastically changes these people's opinions of us, which I don't think it does. Plus, if this game knows enough, the statistics for an incumbent in an election is ludicrous. There we go.
Nice.
You've been reelected and you gained seats in Congress.
Yes, good.
Thank God.
Now we can pass some of that shit we wanted.
Oh, wow. Even these 3 people didn't vote for us.
Wow.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But we got 2 more voters out of those 5.
Yeah. So we got 2/3.
I think.
We got 2/3 approval this time. Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. But we did it. And we got back more congressional control.
Yeah, that's what's important.
Yeah, very much so. Because all those things that wouldn't have passed, we gotta... Hopefully they give us those back so we can push them through. Wow. I feel like we made a good dent in emissions this time around.
Yeah.
But not in people power. Like, we got some people power, but not a lot.
But it's so high.
Correct.
Like, it's great.
Correct. But we also, took a massive chunk out of the... Or put a massive chunk into the deficit, if you will.
Yeah.
Wow. That is very interesting. Okay. So again, because we're at elections again, that is going to be the end of this particular episode. It looks like, based on my guess, there will be 2 more episodes to go, because we'll do the next episode into the next set of midterms, and then the last episode will be up until the end of our second and final term.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you think so far?
Great.
Yeah. This is really, really cool. As we mentioned last time, we would love to hear people's opinions down below. We gave a little bit more insight into ourselves this time as well. So if you have thoughts, feelings, contrarian opinions, similar opinions, we would love to hear from you no matter what, as long as we said last time, as long as it remains civil. We are interested in hearing all points, whether you agree, disagree, or are anywhere in between. We all just need to be nice to each other. That's all. And respectful. So,
we can all be outraged about the fact that it was different times.
That's right. And you are welcome to, in addition to commenting, like I just mentioned, you can do all the other fun YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, share, ring the bell for notifications, all that fun stuff. Super helpful to us, and we really do appreciate it.
Yes.
But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.